Their homes being destroyed, their lives lost, their population quickly on the decline. But there is help, a push to save something you may not know even exists. In tonight's THV Extra, we travel to the Ozarks on the hunt for Hellbenders. It's a journey of discovery.
Coming through.
A moment anxiously awaited for. On the 11-Point River in Randolph County. Beneath these waters, the adventure begins.
They're going to be cool, and if they get excited, they exude a large amount of slime, so you can wind up getting kind of sticky.
I'm feeling it.
With Kelly Irwin as our guide, they're diving in to see if their hard work is paying off. They're searching for this.
Well, they're a large and not necessarily a cuddly animal.
But Irwin, a herpetologist with Arkansas Game and Fish, says you can't find them anywhere else in the world except the Ozarks of southern Missouri and right here in northern Arkansas.
The Ozark Hellbender is a large, fully aquatic salamander. That means they live in the water full time.
And while this is where they live, it's also where they're dying. At our first stop,
That's okay, we'll get it elsewhere.
Empty-handed, so we head downstream. To help our luck, I use an old favorite. Here, Hellbender, bender. Maybe that'll work instead of here, fishy. About 10 seconds later.
I just flipped a big rock.
And there he was.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Thank you.
A rare find, especially since in 2011, the Ozark Hellbender became a federally endangered species.
Well, Ozark Hellbenders in Arkansas used to occur in the Spring River and the North Fork of the White River and the 11-Point River, which we're on today. And this 11-Point River is the only place that you can find them now in the state of Arkansas. For example, back in the early 1980s, the researchers on the Spring River had found almost 365 Hellbenders in about a 3 to 4 mile stretch of river. We did a survey there from 2003 to 2006 and only found 12 individuals. So I consider that Spring River population is now extinct.
Irwin, along with Jeff Brigler, a herpetologist with the Missouri Department of Conservation, and Tricia Crable with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service in Missouri.
Every piece of the puzzle is important. You know, every organism serves a function in the ecosystem.
Are trying to save them.
One of the primary problems we're seeing, obviously, is erosion, the bank erosion and upper watershed inputs for all the sediments, the fine sands and gravels, and heavy flood events will come along and smother the rocky habitat that these animals require.
To help their chances of survival, Brigler developed a nesting box, which Arkansas Game and Fish duplicated here, with hopes a Hellbender will move in and, better yet, lay eggs. On this dive, we found someone home. See its toes? For a better look, the team surfaces. After a little prodding, the homeowner is evicted. Just for a quick checkup. The team sank 39 artificial nesting boxes in the river back in July. They're back for the first time to check them, and so far they found 6 adults and 1 egg clutch. That's 450 to 500 eggs. Plus, they found 3 more Hellbenders living under rocks. For this team, that's a huge win.
It was awesome. Jeff and I were high-fiving underwater, and I even was yucking it up for the camera. He caught one with me smiling as I took my regulator out and thumbs up, so it was a great moment.
A moment. He's getting a little squirmy. Hi, Sammy. He's not as scary now. He's actually pretty sweet. I'll never forget as well. Once we're done celebrating, it's back to work.
I know.
Processing Sammy and his friends.
We're scanning for the pit tag.
They're weighed.
There goes Sammy.
Measured.
Hold still. I'll tickle your tummy. Tickle your tummy.
And inspected.
See how swollen and enlarged they are?
Habitat loss not the only concern for the Ozark Hellbenders. Irwin says they're also battling a fungal disease.
Although we do not know whether it causes the death of animals or not, we know that it's here. We also find animals now that are losing their toes and also even their entire foot.
And while they may have a number of things working against them,
and I feel that as the Ozark Hellbender populations goes, so goes the quality of our sport fisheries in these rivers.
The Ozark Hellbenders have a number of people working for them.
They're unique to the Ozark Plateau, and it's something I think Arkansans should take pride in.
And Irwin's been surveying the 11 points since 2005. He goes in to count Hellbenders every other year and usually finds about 40.
But Liz, that's not the end of the story.
No, it's not. We hope not, because once they're gone from here, they are gone from the entire world. Most people think Arkansas Game and Fish is about hunting and fishing regulations, but conservation is a big part of where your tax money goes. And coming up, part 2 of my THV Extra, the work to save the Ozark Hellbender crosses the border. We'll take you to the St. Louis Zoo, where a captive breeding program could be the saving grace. Raising Hellbenders. It's my THV Extra tomorrow night on THV 11 News at 10. And I want to say a special thanks also to Brett Ditto and Bill Buck with Arkansas Game and Fish. They volunteered to take us out in the river in the second boat so we could tell this story. And of course, we've returned all the Hellbenders back to where we found them.
No Hellbenders were hurt in the making of this story.
Not at all.
All right, coming up, we've got